Yeah, first, business is very strong. For the quarter, we're up nearly 20% this year over last year. And against 2019, we're up more than 50%. So I do hear a lot of stories about other e-commerce companies that had a great 2020 because of the pandemic versus 19, but then have been flat to backwards. We have not seen the same thing at Fanatics. Again, we're up 20% in 2021 against 2020 and up 50% against 2019. Black Friday for us was the biggest Black Friday in the history of the company. So, for us, we feel really positive about what's happening from a consumer perspective. I think every company is having global supply chain issues, and I think every company is planning on how to best service their customer for that. Think about the complexity in our business, though. Who would have thought that the Atlanta Braves would have been the third best championship in the history of our company? And that was, in the midst of a global supply chain issue. The number one jersey we're selling through all the holidays, Mac Jones, didn't play in the NFL last year. So we have this agile vertical supply chain made to handle the changes that happen in sports. And so like every company, we do have some supply chain issues, but we really planned for it. We brought inventory in earlier. We hired people early. We did everything to make sure we put our fan first. And I think to date, it's worked really well.
I was thinking about the convergence of all your businesses with just what we do in society. I mean, gambling for you, online gambling, it is increasing interest in all sports franchise. I mean, sports franchise, they've probably doubled in value, and then selling into that with Fanatics has got to be a sweet spot for you at this point too.
Yeah, look, we're really excited about transforming the business from where we spent the first 10 years focused only on building our commerce business, selling jerseys and hats and caps, and now building a leading digital sports platform, leveraging the 80 million plus fans that we have today, the incredible relationships we have with more than 1,000 collegiate and professional sports properties, and really our direct-to-consumer prowess. So we think the opportunity to bring a fan in, through, Cyber Monday or Black Friday, and then give them so many other products that we could sell them is a great opportunity. Gambling, I think, is a big opportunity for Fanatics and a big opportunity overall. But I think the gambling market in the U.S. has a lot of near-term issues with it. It's incredibly promotional. The marketing costs are very high. So I actually think you're going to see, gambling continue to have a lot of growth, but at bad economics for companies. And I think the stocks will probably be under a lot of pressure over the next couple of years. And ultimately, for us who thinks about the business on a very long-term basis, that's a good thing. Look, we want to be the number one player in this business a decade from now. And this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So I think all of the near-term noise around online sports betting and iGaming, I think will create long-term opportunities for players like us to think about the business over the next decade.
Michael, I would think that if everything, God forbid, were to close down again and, there were empty Coliseums, that would hurt your business, because it certainly has helped it with everyone back in watching the Sixers and in all the stadiums.
Yeah, I'm going to separate my ownership in the Sixers and just talk purely about Fanatics. We were certainly a beneficiary of COVID. I think if you look at most digital companies, they took a step forward of 2 or 3 years from the track that they were on. And I think, we certainly worry about COVID for, the world, the country, our associates, and we want to put their safety number one. From a business perspective, as you're building a global digital sports platform, COVID's certainly been an accelerant to that. So This is not something that we worry about from a business perspective. We worry about it for the health and safety of our employees and our friends and families and really the world as a whole.